Hey friends, it's Amber from Gear, Glasses, and Gadgets, and today we are giving you a real-world review of the Sony G Master 70-200. I'm just like dying to death. I heard kissing noises. Hey guys, today we are doing a styled shoot with Mallory and Scott because we don't have a wedding for a couple weeks. In August in Indiana, it's super humid and hot, and there's not a lot of weddings going on right now. So we wanted to do a styled shoot for you so we could bring you content sooner. And I hope that you guys enjoy what you see and are as happy with the lens as I am. So we decided to shoot the style shoot exactly like we would a wedding. So we arrived and shot hair and makeup exactly how I would shoot a wedding. We did the photo session exactly how I would a wedding. And then we even shot some first dance footage for you. So that's kind of our way to get some content out for you very quickly. I would have preferred to have a real wedding, but you know, it's super hot and humid in Indiana, and I'm kind of glad we didn't have a wedding this weekend, honestly. This lens is incredibly sharp. I mean, I can see it on the back of my camera how sharp it is. I think it's making getting stuff in focus even easier. Okay guys, so I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the focusing system on the 70-200 G Master. I was really super impressed with the manual focus on the lens whenever I was filming with the A7S II. It feels very buttery smooth, just like the other G Masters, and I feel no lag at all like you get with the fly-by-wire focusing, so I'm very, very happy with it, and I couldn't ask for a better manual focus on a lens. Because this lens is so sharp, it actually makes my manual focusing a lot easier because I can see those exact fine details of an eye or a nose. That way I can nail my focus every time, especially whenever I'm up close or even from far away. I feel like since it's so sharp, it actually helps you with your manual focus. The 70-200 G Master does have a focus hold button that you can program to be basically whatever you want. One tip that we did is we actually programmed it to be the focus magnifier. I really like it at this spot because you can punch the button and then nail your critical focus and then punch it again to zoom out. So your hand isn't moving very far. I really like that we programmed that to be the focus magnifier. Take a tiny baby step over this way. You're back one time. Perfect, right there. Perfect. All right, so I purposely set her in this bright shard of light so I can really draw attention to the ear where she's getting ready to put an earring in. So what I do then is, for us, we don't worry about ND filters, or we don't really care about our shutter being high, so I just cranked my shutter up. So I'm at 2.8 ISO 200, but I just cranked my shutter up to like 1/1600th of a second. So a lot of people don't do that, but we don't care about no shutter. All right, so go right ahead. Mallory, just adjust that earring just a slight, yeah. But okay, so let's see, turn your body a little this way. Beautiful. A little bit more. Perfect. But it just really looks so cool.
Pretty.
Yeah. I like that.
Gosh, yeah.
Yeah. Yes, come on over.
Ooh, yeah. That looks professional.
What?
Oh my god! You guys should do it. Yeah, I totally should. That looks so cool.
I really like that. All right. So now I would love to get a couple what we call like beauty shots of you in here before we head out. Is that okay? Is that okay with you?
I
Thank you, Leslie. I really appreciate you doing this. Right now I'm getting what I call beauty shots. So whenever the bride is fresh and just ready to go, her makeup and hair is perfect, I like to capture some close-ups of her hair and makeup and her dress and her jewelry, whatever she's wearing, just so that we can have it for the rest of the video, and especially whenever it's all fresh and perfect. Let's talk about the autofocus of this lens. Now, on the A7S II, we did test it with our bride and groom at the styled shoot, and we had our A7S II, which is contrast detection autofocus. From further away, we were really happy with how the contrast detection of the A7S II was performing, but as the couple got closer, it kind of lost focus, and we weren't sure if it was a limitation of the camera or the lens. So that's why I'm here right now testing the autofocus on the A6300. We know a lot of our subscribers use the 6300, so we wanted to see how the phase detection would work with this lens. As you can see with the phase detection of the A6300 and the autofocus on the 70-200 G Master at both 70 and 200 at 2.8 and 5.6, the lens performed very well up to its closest minimum focusing distance. So we actually ended up doing an unintentional test, something that we weren't planning on, but it happened, so we're kind of glad that we got to test this out. As we came out here to set up, our air conditioner in our home is very cold. I think we set it on like 65, sometimes 66 degrees. So we come out to the heat and humidity in Indiana, and we're used to our lenses fogging over. So we were doing some tests with the G Master and the Canon 70-200. Garrett got both of the lenses out, and he noticed that the Canon was fogged over a lot more than the Sony. And so he's like, what the heck? So he starts taking pictures just with his phone, so don't judge the photos. But he started taking pictures with his phone, and he noticed that the Sony actually defogged a lot more quickly than the Canon did, which is great whenever you're in hot, humid climates. So you don't have to wait quite as long for your camera lens to defog. At a wedding we did in Mexico a few months ago, it actually became quite a problem. Our Canon 70-200s were taking about 30 minutes to totally defog to where we could actually use them to shoot. It was to the point where it was super hot and humid, so it was to the point where there was actually kind of like staining water / moisture all over the lens. So it is kind of a huge hindrance whenever you're shooting on a wedding day and having to wait that long, because on a wedding day, of course, time is very precious. For instance, a situation where it kind of was a problem for us was we were shooting bride prep in the morning and it was nice and cool in the salon area. We had to step outside at least 30 minutes before the first look and say, okay, bride, give us a few minutes and we'll tell you when to come down for the first look, because our cameras have to adjust to this humidity. So having a lens that's going to take less time to adjust is a huge plus for us. So I'm manually focusing into sun, which can be kind of difficult sometimes. I'm at ISO 200, f2.8, 1/250th of a second. So let's take a step that way. I know it's a little, yeah. So then we'll get you guys really close together. Yeah, yeah, really cute, very cute. That is perfect, just do that. I'm gonna use my punch to focus just to make sure I got their eyes tack sharp. So for this shot, we're kind of in a dark area right here, so we wanted to pop the bride and groom out of the background. So what we did was we put one of our aperture LED panels on the floor behind them, so they would pop the bride and groom, pop your foreground out, and just give it a little more depth and dimension. hope you all enjoyed this video and fell in love with the Sony G Master as much as I have after just one day of use. Make sure you subscribe to our channel and like this video. Again, thank you so much for watching, and LLAP friends.